12 and 12:30 is a gospel t-shirt show right here in the arena. You guys are having a great time.
Happy Sunday morning, bright Sunday morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Grand Monte Casino Hotel Ballroom, where we have been having this 10-day competition of the Black Ball International Hawley Cup. We are at the semi-final stage in the ladies category. The teams are South Africa and Uganda. Scores are 4-2. The South African home team are leading. The format of the semi-finals is that in a league log of 10 teams, the top 2 teams, that is number 1 and 2, face off in the semi-finals, and the team which wins qualifies for the final. And in the meantime, number 3 and 4 also face off, and whichever team wins that match then faces the winner of this game to identify which team takes the second slot in the final. Once again, the team that loses this match will face the winner of the match between the teams that finish 3rd and 4th to determine the second team that qualifies for the final. That means that whoever wins this match qualifies for the final, and the loser will have one more chance to make the final. On behalf of the Police Station of Uganda, my name is Peter Chove. Uganda 2, South Africa 4, race to 13. Scores are still after 6 frames played at 4-2. The table in the background is having Joy, the senior South African player. She's leading the break and finish table in the tournament with 3 apples so far, taking on Marion, while the one you are looking at, it is Madeline against Rita. Madeline misses a short chance for Rita to punish. Still 4-2. These two, without a shade of a doubt, have been the best 2 teams on the African continent ever since 2014. In all editions of the African Championships, besides 2, they have been number 1. They have been sharing positions number 1 and 2 respectively, besides 2019. When Uganda won the championship, South Africa coming 3rd, and then this very year when South Africa won and Uganda missed the tournament. This is the biggest ladies game on the African continent, the biggest rivalry. It's always too close to call, but for this Hawley Cup, I do commend Team South Africa for bringing a collection of new talent, and yet it is very good talent. Rita misses a shot, but becomes lucky by the fact that she ends up playing snooker, unintended snooker, against Madeline, and Madeline knows that in case she doesn't find her yellow, she is more or less gone. And yet on table number 2, Marion against Joy is also similar, with Marion playing snooker with her 4 reds and Joy on 1 yellow. And yet on the first table, it is Madeline on her 1 yellow with Rita on 3 reds. Very similar looking games, most likely poised in favor of the Ugandans. And in both tables, at almost the same time on both tables, both South African players who were snookered find their yellow balls, and they both find ways to pack them in respective diagonal corner pockets. Very good shooting from Rita. That should more or less be, by her level, by her experience, very, very experienced player, by the way, and one of the biggest players in the history of the AAPA. She has been participating in every African championship from 2014 to date, of course, besides the recent one in which she missed out of the delay in acquisition of visas. But now there is a bigger opportunity to show what these ladies are capable of, especially starting with this very, very match. It was very expected that on the 9-team log, South Africa A and Uganda would most certainly finish in positions number 1 and 2 in whichever order, and this was expected to be the first semi-final. Like I explained, the teams which finish number 1 and 2 face off in the first semi-final. There is also another semi-final between the teams which finish number 3 and 4, as Rita pots the black, and the team that wins the match between number 3 and 4 faces the loser of the match between number 1 and 2, and the winner of that match is the team that qualifies for the final to join the team that wins the match between number 1 and 2, as the Ugandans win the games on both tables in very, very similar fashion. But Marion was a little lucky. 4-4 right now. On table is now Beatrice Monyake, the world 8-ball champion, taking on Zaimat Nabafu. And while in the background, it is Nicole taking on Rukia. Mugara Mako, you're asking if I'm late. Why I'm late? Where I'm residing is a bit distant from the playing venue, so I normally wake up quite early and then try to make it in the venue. Sometimes I'm 10 or 15 minutes later. I'm sorry, but we are now good to go. Scores are 4-4. Richard Asino, you're asking about the performance of the Ugandan men. What I can confirm to you is that all Ugandans in the men's category are out of the seniors category in the men's event, and they are also out of the seniors category in the team event for the men. They are all out. They are only left in the doubles category. 3 pairs of doubles players, that is Kasozi plus Caesar, Habib plus Ian, as well as actually 2 pairs, only those 2, the rest are out. And then also Kenneth Odong is into the semi-finals of the under 23 category. On the table in the background, you can see Rukia on the attack playing raids against Nicole, while Beatrice and Zaymat still a very, very tight game, too close to call. But the fact that Zaymat is on table with her good yellows, maybe she will slightly have an advantage. 4-4, too close to call. Playing out for the final. There is even a big likelihood that these teams could again face off in the final, because if the losing team will have another opportunity. A world-class shot has been played by the former African champion Rukia Naiga on the table in the background. She sinks in the black, and Nicole appreciates her performance in the game. One of the most respected ladies on the African scene, Rukia Naiga, showing what she's capable of. It was an apple, I'm being informed. From Rukia. And on the background, in comes Joy Willenberg taking on Rita Nimusima. While the table in front of you, it is Beatrice Monyake taking on Zaymat Nabafu. Also in the arena are the ongoing Masters and the semi-finals in the men's seniors. Zimbabwe taking on South Africa. It is too action-packed. The ballroom of the Grand Monte Casino Hotel Complex, where we are on the outside, is seemingly a very, very old building. I think it existed pre-apartheid times, but in the inside are world-class facilities, including restaurants, hotels, casinos, bars, radio stations, slot machines, parks, name it. Beatrice versus Zaimat, and Rita versus Joy. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, Rita has been knocking Joy out of the African Championships in the last 2 editions besides the very last. In Zambia, 2022, as well as South Africa in another province called Mpumalanga, the district of Sekunda. Joy was still eliminated by Rita. They are good friends, but very, very, very big rivals. Hawley Cup semi-finals, the 2 African elephants in the Lions game, in the ladies game. South Africa versus Uganda. They are the teams, the only teams that have won the African Championships. Only. No other African team has won the African Championships in the ladies category, the team event. It has either been South Africa or Uganda. Very, very close and tense frames both of these are. Beatrice Manyake, if I'm not mistaken, she came 4th in the All Africa Championships, but she won the World Black Ball Championships organized in Tangier in Morocco last year. She did not qualify for the selections of the South Africa A team in the Hawley Cup, but Marina Jacobs, also a member of the South African team who was on the A team, by the way, the lady who won the AAPA championships did not make this team as she was applying for visa to go to China to participate in the Hayball Championships. She ended up being denied the visa, but still missed the championship. That is how Beatrice got her name, replacing Marina's name on the team sheet. That's the story now. We are now being introduced to a third table. There is table number 3 in the extreme background. I think you can also see it in the peripheral vision of your view. It is Nicole taking on Rashida. Beatrice fouls. Five-4, Uganda in the lead. Zaimat playing like she's about to make it 6, and yet Rita is playing like she's about to make it 7. I'm sure you are seeing both Zaimat and Rita standing in the face of straight blacks in corner pockets. Zaimat sinks it in. Rita sinks it in. 7-4. The ongoing frame in the extreme background is Nicole versus Rashida. In the middle table, which we have been introduced to, it is Rokia versus Beatrice. And yet the table you're directly looking at is Madeline versus Zaimat. Seven, Uganda 4, South Africa. I need to remind you that the winner of this match goes straight to the final. The loser goes into the classification games with another chance to make the final. The teams that finished in positions 3 and 4 are also going to face off, and the winner of that match will face the winner of this match you are watching. Therefore, if, like it seems as though it is possible for Uganda to make the final, there is a huge likelihood that that final could again be between Uganda and South Africa, these two very teams. That is how this tournament is organized. Those are the rules, and in my opinion, they are acceptable rules, it is very likely that the very best two teams are the ones to make the final, no matter the circumstances. Madeline on the yellow, Zaimat on the reds. In the middle table, Beatrice is on yellows, and she's one shot away from victory, but not an easy one for her to pot the black. She is the world black ball champion. Her opponent is the former African champion and former Africa seed number 1. Beatrice misses the black. By the way, the Rukia's only game won in this match so far was her first apple of the tournament against Nicole. United scores are 7-4 in favor of the away team, that is Uganda. When Uganda and South Africa meet in the ladies category, it is the biggest match on the continent. The only two world-class ladies teams on the African continent. I believe the two teams are two of the very best pool teams in the world. Uganda, South Africa, ladies. Lots of world-class players on either side when it comes to ladies category, as Nicole fouls on table number 3 in the extreme of your view. She is on black, which is well set in the pocket. Rashida has 5 reds to negotiate with, and 2 of them are bad balls. It will not be an easy game for her to make a clearance, but given her skill sets, it is possible. In the center table, it is Rukia on 2 reds, while Beatrice has her black pretty much set. While the table you are directly looking at, it is Zaimat playing reds and Madeline on the yellows. That one is too close to call. Against Nicole, Rashida loses the frame. Scores are now 7-5. South Africa 5, Uganda 7. Against Rokia, Beatrice is about to pot a black. South Africa is mounting a big comeback. Beatrice sinks in the black. That is the noise of the South African fans. 7-6. Uganda still leads. And yet against Zaimat, Madeline is having 2 yellows, one of them in the pocket, the other bad. In comes Erin, the youngest of the South African players, but she is very, very, very good. I believe in a few years, very few years, she's going to be the best South African player, if not the best on the continent. In just a few years, she's very, very, very talented. She seems around 16 or 17 years old. South Africa 6, Uganda 7. It is a race to 13. Whichever team is first to get to 13, the match ends. It is no longer best of 25. The match doesn't have to be played to completion. It is a race to 13. The Ugandans are 6 games away from victory. And the South Africans 7. Erin is taking on Marion on the extreme table, and yet on the center table it is Nicole taking on Rita, and then this very delayed frame between Madeline and Zaimat still ongoing. Madeline fouls, advantage Zaimat. The Ugandans need to win this frame from Zaimat to avoid the South Africans equalizing, because if they do, the mental momentum will heavily shift in favor of Team SA, as they call themselves. In the other categories besides the seniors team event, only 2 Ugandans are left in the ladies singles. In the quarterfinals, only Rokia and Marion. The rest have been knocked out. But of them all, it is only Zaimat who has been knocked out by a non-Ugandan, the third player called Nicole. The rest have been meeting off against each other and eliminating themselves. In the under-23 category, Rashida Mutesi is involved in the semi-finals. By the way, in the under-23 category, boys and girls are pitted in the same competition. So it is one under-23 competition. They are in the round of last 4. Only 4 players are left. I think it is 2 South Africans and 2 Ugandans again, Rashida Mutesi and Kenneth Odong. The 2 Ugandans who are registered in the under-23 and are still fighting on. And in the doubles, 2 Ugandan pairs are left in this competition. That is the pair of Rose and Marion, as well as the pair of the two sisters, Rashida and Rukia. The rest are out. There is also semi-finals in the Masters category. Masters are players aged 50 and above. There is a match between Australia and South Africa, I think, and another match between the Irish, if I'm not mistaken, and the United States of America. I'm yet to confirm that one, and we shall be getting updates from all those ones as well. For now, it is 7-6, the Ugandans in the lead against the South Africans, as Madden in fouls again. This time round, I do not see a way Zaimat is accepting her back on table again. It has been a long journey of Ugandan ladies pool trying to get to the level of South Africa. The South Africans won 2 competitions in a row, defeating the Ugandans in the finals, by the way, and fielding 4 players only in each of those finals. The Ugandans first won the African Championships against South Africa in 2016 on home soil, but the South Africans they lined up 4 players then, because to them they were too good compared to the rest of the African teams. That's how they were doing it in both men's and ladies categories. And in 2016, it was a decider with which the Ugandans won. I remember Reed and Msima winning against Elzet Cohen at the MTN Arena in Kampala for their first African title. In 2017, South Africa again won the championships after defeating Uganda in the final. 2018, again it was South Africa. 2019, Uganda won the ladies competition in Sekunda district in Mpumalanga province in South Africa. The tournament was rested as Madeleine fouls. The tournament did not happen from 2020 to 21, of course, because of the COVID pandemic on the continent, and 2022 at the OIDC Sports Complex in Lusaka, Zambia. Uganda won the tournament after defeating South Africa again in a decider. The winning black was spotted by Victoria Namyanja. Here come Uganda and South Africa again. This time it is the semi-finals, as the Ugandans increase their lead to 8-6. And yet there is a big likelihood that these two teams could again face off in the final, because whichever team wins will qualify for the final. Whichever team loses will go into the classification matches with a chance to make the final. And yes, you would fancy this South Africa A team to win the match between South Africa B and the other team, and then qualify for the final. That is if they lose this match, by the way. It is not yet done at all. Madeleine returns against Rukia. In the center table, it is Rita against Nicole. Table in the background is Erin against Marion. I realize that a lot of the attention is still on the men's performance from Team Uganda in the same competition. One thing I can tell you is that Uganda has an averagely good men's team and the world-class ladies team. So you do not expect the two teams to perform at the same level in some competitions. Just get used to it. Nicole defeats Rita. The score is now 8-7. This one could go down to the wire. It could very easily end 13-12 to either of these teams. Rashida is invited to the table. She's the #1 ranked player on the Ugandan team, but she has lost 2 frames so far. She's up now against the world black ball champion, Beatrice Monyake. It is 8-7, the current score between, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest match on the African continent when these two teams face off in the ladies category. South Africa against Uganda. This is the only chance for the Ugandan ladies to make amends for their miss of the All Africa Pool Championships, where everything was swept away by South Africa. In the men's category, it seems everything will again be taken by the South Africans. It is seeming as though the Ugandans have a chance to stop that by claiming the doubles and the under 23 where they are still involved, while they also have a chance to stop the South African dominance in the ladies category where they are still involved in all categories, in all disciplines of the ladies singles team, which you are watching now, doubles and under 23. In the meantime, the match has been made tighter and closer and even more unpredictable after victory of Erin, the very young South African, against Marion. It is now 8-8 between the two teams. On that same table number 3 in the background, Marion now takes on Nicole, while in the center table, Rashida is taking on Beatrice, and directly in your face is Madeline taking on Rokia. Too close to call. 8-8, it is now race to 5 for a place in the final. Very good shooting from Madeline. Madeline defeats Rukia. South Africa takes the lead again. They have come from 6-3 down. Now they lead 9-8. Next up is Erin taking on Rita on the same table. Nine, 8, ladies and gentlemen, South Africa is in the lead. Rita to break against Erin. Rashida is not at all having a good day. She has lost 2 games in a row. She's on against Beatrice, and it is Beatrice with the upper hand to win that ongoing frame, while the extreme background of your screen is still Marion and Nicole. Meanwhile, Rashida wins against Beatrice, pulls another back for the Ugandans, and scores are 9-9 now. Can I have your predictions in the comment section over who you think will win this match? Just make your predictions. Personally, I can't. this South Africa team is a much improved team from the one that was defeated by the Ugandans in winning the All Africa Pool Championships at the OIDC in Zambia. This young girl you are looking at in front of your screen, Erin, was not part of the team. Nicole is an improved player from the one that played last, and Madeline was not part of the team. She has outplayed and outmuscled the likes of Joanne in the qualifiers to get her way here. Look at what Erin is playing. I believe she's also still involved in the singles category. And given this quality of play, as well as players like Joy and Nicole, plus of course home advantage, I think they are likely, the South Africans, to win the singles championship. Of course, they will have to first fight against Rukia and Marion. But the South Africans, if I'm not mistaken, are 4 involved in the last 8 and the quality 4. Erin versus the black against Rukia and Sink Sitting. And South Africa now leads 10 and Uganda 9. Zaimat on the center table against Joy, as well as Nicole, who is on table 3 against Marion. In comes Rashida, who is now going to take on Madeline. For some reason, all of Madeline's frames have been on this table number 1, so she's mostly the player you guys are watching. Zabalas Emolochu, you say South Africa will win 13-11. Tamale Solomon, you think South Africa will win 13-12? Tamale Solomon, you think South Africa will win 13-12? Jonathan Moza, you think Uganda will win 13-11, so you think the South Africans will only win one more frame. Katerega Bob thinks South Africa will win 13-11. Dr. Herbert Riagenda is predicting 13-12 victory for Uganda. Okay, thank you guys for your predictions. Let us see how they will go. Madeline wins the lag and is breaking against Rashida. Rashida has been the most dominant player in Uganda. She really has to prove herself outside Ugandan borders. She has been so dominant, in fact, has won 9 consecutive tournaments organized by the Pool Association of Uganda since losing out the National Open Final in 2018. She has won all of the official competitions of the Pool Association of Uganda in individual stakes up to present date. But on the international scene, she has lost the final of the All Africa Pool Championships once. That was last year. This year, she did not get a chance to participate. In 2019, she was too young to play maturely. In this tournament, she lost against a teammate that is Marion, but she needs to prove herself, especially given the chance she has to win the under 23 singles, playing against men who are under 23, actually boys. Here is her. Even when she's not having a good day, you will see her world class come out at some point in the game. She doesn't pot the black, leaves it packed in the pocket. I believe that Madeline's best chance will play good defense, packing yellow behind the black, while meanwhile in the middle table, Zaimat defeats Nicole after Marion had lost on table number 3 in the extreme background. Therefore, scores are now 11-10. South Africa still leading. What is Madeline trying to do? She must pot. She misses, but snookers, luckily, and yet the shot has had another effect of Madeline opening up some of the yellow balls near the black ball. It is now closer, this one. Even the direct angle is snookered. Rashida will either have to play some kind of mass shot or play more than one cushion to try and find her black. There is even a huge risk of potting black off the yellow, which will mean loss of frame. She's playing a mass shot and fouls. (11-10), South Africa up. In the meantime, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. And the table number 3, the last frame that was played, was won by the Ugandans. Therefore, it is Uganda in the lead with 11-10. Once again, Uganda 11, South Africa 10. Uganda 11, South Africa 10. So for the South Africans to win, they need 3, while Uganda needs 2 out of 4 games left, including all that you are watching. You will fancy that one of those games could be this one that Madeline is playing against Rashida. This tournament is organized by Black Ball International, the world's governing body for this discipline of black ball. As Madeline again snookers, I think she is giving herself a pretty good chance to win this frame, especially if Rashida doesn't win the frame in this ongoing in her visit of the table. Just a kiss on the black will sink it in, but there is a risk of her potting that black off one of these yellows. She must be very careful. She seems to be off target, in my opinion. She only touches it slightly and does not pot it, but most importantly, she avoids fouling. So in this shot, Madeline must pot. She will intend to connect those two yellows to put one of them in the corner pocket. There's a connection to the corner pocket. Yes, she does pot. She has another opportunity to snooker. She looks like a very, very mature player in her mind. It is very rare to see a lady trying to win a game this bad. Here is Madeline trying to do the unthinkable for the ladies category. The simplest angle for her to come out of is the cushion on the right of the cue ball. Just one cushion. As long as the angle is well calculated, it is there, it is existent. No need of any spin on the white ball. A normal shot, as well, as long as she's on target, she will be good to go. Table 2, it is Erin and Zaimat. Table 3, Beatrice and Marion. Rashida versus the black. I don't think she's on target. Yes, she fouls. Thank you for watching. Angela Butts, Spina Shamira, always watching. Lennon, Mohan, Owanup, Laban Ariho, Sevelime Tony. Ronald Bagen, Robert Stanley, Matovu, Joram Navasa, and all of you who are starting off your Sunday morning by being entertained to the talents of the best two teams ladies category on the African continent, taking on each other head to head for a place in the final of the Hawley Cup. South Africa 10, Uganda 11, race to 13. Especially on the perspective of the South Africans, they will not care so much should they win this match, because they believe that they have all. It is the South African A team, so they believe that they will have the power to defeat the winner of the classification game between the team that finished in positions 3 and 4, and then still make it to the final. Madeline this time going for gold. Maybe she's not so sure of what she wants to do. She would, I say, is the least fancied of all players on the SA team, but she has a good skill set of her own. Very, very, very good shooting. That is pretty much a game-winning shot from this young woman. It is very, very, very rare in ladies' pool to see someone win a frame like this, and yet Madeline is just about to treat us to this kind of game reading. The next white ball is a bit lacking. I don't think it were the right choice for her to go for putting one of those balls in the center pocket. It should have been either of the corner pockets closest to your screen. Let us see if she can make amends. She's trying to draw the white ball backwards. If she pulls it off, putting in the center, the other yellow will be portable in the corner pocket. This is world-class pool being displayed by Madeline. And she sinks in the last ball. It would only have been dangerous if the white were touching the black. This is the equalizing game for South Africa. But what a frame by Madeline. I would congratulate her upon winning that one, even if I were not on her team. 11-11, race to 2. It is now Rukia taking on Joy. There is also Erin and Zaimat, the one you are watching. And yet on the extreme background, it is Marion against Beatrice. Marion seems good to go, given the positioning of the balls. Uganda 11, South Africa 11. Race to 13, too close to call. Joy Willenberg, Rukia Naiga, Erin Zaimat, Beatrice Marion on tables 1, 2, and 3. On table 3, Marion seems to be doing the needful. She's about to put Uganda on the verge of a place in the final as long as she sinks in this black. I know you can have a peripheral vision of it, and Marion sinks it in. Uganda is the first team on the verge of qualification. There are 2 frames ongoing, the last frames of the day. For South Africa to progress to the final, they must win both of them. And yet, Joy Willenberg fouls against Rukia. Zaimat Nabafu is having the upper hand against Erin. It now looks like all poised for Team Uganda into the final. 23-year-old Rukia Naiga, player of Makono Pool Club, youngest Ugandan ever to win a national championship at the age of 16 in 2016. First Ugandan female to win the African Championships. Also the champion of the East and Southern African Pool Championships. Also the losing finalists of the African Championships in Hayball. Very, very accomplished player, very mature, very talented. She is the right player to play this kind of frame. One of the very, very, very first names on the team sheet of Uganda, being assigned a responsibility to put her team into the final of the Black Ball International Hawley Cup. It's 4 balls and a black. She must sink them in. If she doesn't, most likely her opponent Joy will. In the background, Zaimat against Erin. It is Zaimat on to reds. Erin with the yellow, which is packed in the pocket. One of Zaimat's reds is very, very packed near the black ball. Zaimat plays a safety shot. Rukia on the attack. It is the best of African pool. The best of African pool in the ladies category. That is class. Joy takes a very, very, very deep breath. She knows that with such quality, she is very, very, very unlikely to return to the table. Erin is under equal pressure against Zaimat. The South Africans need to pray to win both of those games, make it to the final. Erin plays a safety shot, but still a frame heavily poised in favor of Zaimat. But as long as Rukia sinks in these 2 very easy ones, the frame involving Zaimat could be non-effective. But you can clearly see that even the Zaimat versus Erin game is heavily poised in favor of Zaimat. Rukia Naiga, ladies and gentlemen. That is her sister, Rashida Motesi, leading the celebrations. Rukia asks them to stop it because they are pressurizing her. They respond, here is her to take her team to the final of the world. Uganda defeats South Africa.